Have you ever stopped and wondered whether the moment you entered the world carried more meaning than you were ever told? At first, the idea might sound insignificant, almost too simple to matter. A birth month feels like a technical detail, a date stamped on a certificate and quickly forgotten. Yet to Carl Jung, nothing about time was accidental. He believed that the moment of birth was not random at all, but embedded within a larger symbolic order. According to Jung, the month you were born into carries a psychological atmosphere, a subtle but powerful tone that quietly shapes how you experience life, how you feel, and how you grow. Jung did not view this as fortune-telling or mysticism. He approached it as symbolism. He believed that time itself carries meaning, just as dreams, myths, and symbols do. Each month, rooted in nature's cycles, acts like a gateway into particular psychological energies. These energies do not dictate who you must become, but they influence the inner terrain you begin your life with. They offer clues about your emotional tendencies, your instinctive strengths, and the lessons that repeatedly surface throughout your life. Imagine for a moment that understanding the symbolism of your birth month could help you recognize patterns you've lived with but never fully understood. Habits that seem automatic, emotional responses that feel familiar, even the deeper sense of purpose that quietly pulls you in certain directions. When viewed through Jung's framework of archetypes and the collective unconscious, this idea begins to feel less dramatic and more intuitive. Nature moves in cycles, and the human psyche mirrors those rhythms. Jung believed that archetypes are universal patterns that exist across cultures and throughout history. They live within myths, stories, and symbols, but they also live within us. The seasons themselves reflect these archetypes. Winter carries stillness and reflection. Spring embodies renewal and awakening. Summer radiates expression and vitality. Autumn invites integration and release. Each month, as a fragment of these larger cycles, holds a distinct psychological quality. To Jung, being born at a specific moment means arriving into a particular symbolic climate. This symbolic climate shapes the emotional atmosphere surrounding your first experiences of life. The quality of light or darkness, the sense of beginning or ending, the movement or stillness in nature, all of this forms a subtle imprint. Not a destiny, but a backdrop, a psychological melody that plays quietly beneath your conscious awareness, influencing how you interpret the world and your place within it. Consider transitional months such as March or September, times when one season gives way to another. Jung believed those born during these periods often carry an inner duality. They may feel torn between opposing states, stillness and action, introspection and expression, holding on and letting go. These individuals tend to be especially sensitive to change, both internally and externally. They often act as bridges between worlds, intuitively sensing shifts before others notice them. In contrast, months like January or July reflect a more stable seasonal energy. Those born during these times often embody endurance, structure, and consistency. Jung associated them with archetypal qualities of resilience and long-term vision. These are people who naturally seek solid ground, who build systems, maintain order, and provide reliability when others feel uncertain. Their strength lies in persistence, though they too must learn flexibility. What fascinated Jung most was the idea that time itself is not neutral. It has rhythm, tone, and narrative. When we are born into a particular chapter of that unfolding story, we absorb its symbolic language. This does not confine us. Instead, it provides a map, a framework that helps us understand our strengths, our challenges, and the inner conflicts we are meant to integrate rather than avoid. This symbolic map is not prescriptive. It does not tell you who to be. It reveals the energies you are likely to encounter within yourself, including the shadow aspects that require awareness. Jung believed that self-knowledge is the foundation of freedom. Understanding the archetypal forces shaping your inner world allows you to respond consciously rather than react unconsciously. Suddenly, something as overlooked as your birth month becomes a tool for introspection. It stops being a trivial detail and becomes a doorway into deeper self-understanding. A way to align personal psychology with the rhythms of nature and the symbolic structure of the psyche itself. This leads us to the essential question: what does your birth month suggest about your soul's journey? In Jung's symbolic thinking, each month resonates with a particular archetype, a timeless pattern that exists in everyone, but expresses itself more strongly in some than in others. These archetypes help explain why certain themes repeat in your life, why specific challenges feel familiar, and why you feel drawn to particular roles or paths. As we explore the months one by one, from the quiet depth of January to the reflective wisdom of December, we are not placing people into rigid categories. Jung never believed archetypes were boxes. He saw them as mirrors. They do not limit you. They help you recognize what already lives within you, waiting to be understood and integrated. January reflects the archetype of the sage, shaped by stillness, introspection, and quiet resolve. Those born in this month often carry an early sense of responsibility and depth, valuing long-term stability and practical wisdom. February resonates with the visionary, the one who senses future possibilities and resists confinement, often feeling misunderstood yet driven by imagination and idealism. March embodies rebirth, emotional sensitivity, and renewal, with individuals who feel deeply, adapt repeatedly, and carry strong intuitive or spiritual awareness. April carries the fire of the initiator, marked by courage, action, and forward momentum. These individuals often lead instinctively and act decisively, though they must learn balance to avoid burnout. May reflects the builder, grounded in beauty, patience, and sensory connection, valuing stability while learning to embrace change. June expresses the seeker, curious, communicative, adaptable, and drawn toward understanding both people and ideas, often needing focus to avoid scattering energy. As the year progresses, July introduces the nurturer, emotionally intelligent and protective, deeply connected to family and belonging, yet challenged to care for themselves as much as they care for others. August embodies the sovereign, radiating leadership, confidence, and creative authority, growing through humility and shared power. September aligns with the analyst, precise, thoughtful, and organized, learning to soften perfectionism and welcome uncertainty. October reflects the diplomat and artist, seeking harmony, beauty, and emotional balance, learning that true peace sometimes requires honest confrontation. November carries the alchemist, intense and transformative, unafraid of darkness and rebirth, evolving through cycles of loss and renewal. December closes the cycle with the wise teacher, blending reflection and hope, carrying insight meant to be lived, not just contemplated. Through this lens, the calendar becomes more than a measure of time. It becomes a symbolic story of human development. Jung never intended these archetypes to define you, only to guide you toward awareness. True transformation comes not from identifying your archetype, but from integrating it consciously into how you live, choose, and grow. Jung called this process individuation, becoming whole, authentic, and aligned with your true nature. Your birth month does not determine who you are, but it may illuminate the path your inner life is already walking. And with that awareness, you may begin to see your patterns, your struggles, and your purpose not as random, but as meaningful expressions of a deeper psychological journey unfolding within you.